This is what I think of before I sleep at night. How do you, it's a question for everyone actually. How do you program the concept of time in computer? We don't know what time is. 1 second. We decided that
That 1 second,
this
right?
is how long 1 second is.
Right.
We decided this is how long 1
week
minute
and
is.
1
How
month.
1 minute. How do you program that in a computer? How does a computer know how long 1 second is? You can. What do you ask it to compare it with? Okay, because everything is numbers, zeros and one with computer, right? ChatGPT, when you talk with it in English, it's actually translating your English into tokens, and then tokens into zeros and ones, and then replying to that and retranslate it. But I have a watch, right? This is my electric watch. I have a battery in it. It has a time. Yeah, great watch. No power, no battery in it. I put it away. I pick it up. I charge it. There's time on it. It's moving, let's say. It doesn't stop. Maybe it's not accurate. It's moving. How does it know how much 1 second is? How can you tell a robot? I know there's a lot of people think, yeah, duh, like put a watch there, or tell it like in 1 minute there's 60 seconds, and 60 seconds
but again,
there's one
that's going to be your explanation. That's going to be your idea of time, putting it in it for your own comfort. That's not the real perception of time.
Maybe for a machine, time is entirely different. You know the concept, the theory of relativity, right? Like time is different on Earth, it's different on Saturn. The greater the mass, the slower the time. What about machines? Can they, because they're, let's say, artificial intelligence, it has history, it's conscious. It's not conscious yet, but can it go through and back and forth in time? Like how do you program? That's what I think of when I sleep at night. So it's a lot of things. You get carried away, and it's all interconnected. Everything we talked about today, it's so interconnected.
Like, but that's the beauty of the world. That's what I like.
That's what you can get from conversation. You cannot get that from chat, because when you tell me about AI, it's only gonna tell you about AI. It's only gonna like, hey, how many minutes are in 1 hour? 60. That's all. But when you're having a conversation, you can start from, how was your trip to Russia to how do you tell a machine what time it is, you know? So that's the power of conversation. And people don't do that. People don't have those conversations. They wake up, they go to work, they have an idea. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a scientist. I want to be a creator. I want to be a content advertiser, but it's in the back of their head.
Yeah.
The whole life is spent in the struggle of trying to achieve that idea. But what you need to do is you need to sit down, maybe not smoke a cigarette, but relax.
Get some wine. Yeah.
And ponder. People, all these philosophers, Socrates, Plato, they used to think,
the
ponder,
ideas
talk.
came in the discussion.
Exactly.
Right. And they were saying specifically in the debate. Not even discussion, but actually we have to have two different points.
Right now, you can't.
The truth is somewhere in
right now, you can't even disagree with people, or you're offending them. You know, you'll be like the bad guy. It was like, so yeah, we need to have more of this. People
cannot take criticism.
People need to travel to understand and appreciate that there's a lot of people who do have that. Like, I would like to go spend a lot of time in St. Petersburg, because I can grab a cup of coffee, sit outside a bookstore, you know, and argue with a random stranger, and we'd be hugging and leaving happily at the end of the day.
Right, exactly. That's what this is all for. Like, we're sitting in this table, we can have different opinions, but we can discuss, right? It doesn't mean that we have to hate each other, right?
People are afraid of being wrong. Right now, if tomorrow or next week, if somebody comes to me and tells me, hey, everything you talked about AI and that video is wrong, everything you talked about writing is wrong, I'd be like, oh, cool. Tell me what's right.
Wrong. Tell me what's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, tell me what was I said wrong.
People can't do that anymore. You know, they're like, oh, you're wrong. You know, I am open to a conversation. People forgot the meaning of conversation. You know, you share something. Like, there's a friend who I don't talk to anymore, actually, DK, Chinese guy. He told me once that if I give you an apple and you give me an apple, we both have one apple, right? But if I give you a story and you give me a story, we both have two stories, right? That's a conversation.
It is.
We talk, we learn, we increase our knowledge, right, wrong, we debate, we have something to think on. We tickle our curiosity. Curiosity is a muscle. If you don't use it, it's gonna die.
It is, and the not even conversation, how to say it properly, like speaking.
Yeah,
it is a skill. It is a skill that you can develop. Not everyone have it, and it's very important to know how to talk to people and find the common ground, no matter what kind of topic you're discussing.
Cheers to that, man. Cheers to good health and to curiosity. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.